Hi, venue friends. It's time for your monthly tip for how to grow your business and have a bigger impact. This month, I want to talk about what the text in your online listings say. I know we did another video and we chatted a little bit about what you can do when it comes to choosing that hero image for your listing, but I want to talk about the text. I know this is a little bit harder when you work at a venue where you work for someone else, or there's a marketing department, or there's other information, or other people who kind of have control over these things. But you've got to make your voice heard. You know the wedding industry and the wedding market better than anyone else. If you own your own venue, this makes it a lot easier, right? But when you work for a different company, especially if it's a company that's corporate, it can be a completely different experience as to what that looks like to get these listings updated. I'm sure you're investing money somewhere when it comes to your advertising, whether it's with us on Wedding Venue Map with an upgraded listing where you can have photos, video, all that stuff, or you have upgraded listings on the Knot, Wedding Wire, Wedding Spa, I don't know, the 9 million different places out there that you can choose to advertise. I want you to get the most from those listings. And one of the things that I find is that the text, the profile text in the listings, isn't always the strongest. So here's tip number one. I want you to go online and pick a different city. Do not look here in Central Florida or in Florida at all. Think, if you want to look at what some of the big cities are doing, think New York, Chicago, Los Angeles. If you're thinking more small big cities like Central Florida, Nashville, Austin, Houston, Charleston, places like that. They're cities, but they're smaller big cities. I want you to go online and first, when you get to their cities and you look at their venue page, I want you to flip through. First, I want you to notice the picture that catches you to want to click in, right? I mean, at the end of the day, we talked a little bit about photos in the past, so hopefully you watched that video. If not, I'll include it below, the link to it below. But I want you to look at the photos that catch your eye. Then, let's say you're a barn. I want you to go start opening the barn listings. I want you to start reading what the profile text is that people put in. What you'll find is that 80 to 90% of them are all the same. We provide great customer service. Our 50-year-old barn, come make memories with us. They all sound the same. They're written from a very professional standpoint, which is great, but connecting to today's 23 to 35-year-olds who are shopping for venues right now, right? Connecting to them requires having a conversation, not overly writing professional text. So I want you to be yourself and I want you to sound like yourself. If you start every conversation with a bride, hey girl, hey, we're so excited about your wedding, put it in your listing. But don't take what you would say and then rewrite it to sound overly lame and professional, because there's no personal connection. At the end of the day, I know they're buying your venue, but they're really making a connection with you. People buy from people they like. It's a quote as old as time. So make them fall in love with you with the text in your listing. So start there, be yourself. You need to stand out and be unique and different. Talk about what's your why. Why does your property love to do weddings, and why do you market to weddings? What are you passionate about when it comes to weddings? But I want you to talk about that. It's really important to share that as a part of your listing text. You also want to share the benefits of working with you. If you're not 100% sure why couples choose you, or why people would refer you, tap your audience. Ask, go read your reviews, number one. If you have reviews on all these websites, I think it's an awesome way for you to be able to share and say, hey, read through all the text and what it's talking about and figure out why it is they refer you. I remember the first time that I was chit-chatting with a couple and explaining to her all the things we offered at my property, and she was like, oh, it sounds like a wedding weekend. I was like, oh my God, it's a wedding weekend. So I got really excited and started using that in all of my future marketing. So look through your reviews, ask your current booked brides, why did they pick you? What was it about your venue, your property? And then ask the vendors, planners, whatever, who refer you business. Ask what it is that they what they love about your property, what makes you different, what makes you unique, they'll more than likely be happy to share with the response. Now, gather all that info. You've done your homework, you've done your research, gather all that info, and I want you to rewrite your listing, like the profile portion. I want you to make sure that it sounds like you're talking to them. If you're not sure how to do that, maybe take the information, set your phone to record audio recording, and just speak it out loud how you would explain to someone standing in front of you why they should choose your venue, and then take that verbiage and just make the adjustments, and then type it up, re-listen to it, type it up, but make sure it sounds like you. I mean, I think we're all guilty of it in the way we write. I'll go back in and it'll say, it was a wonderful opportunity to meet with you, or thank you for your inquiry. I would never say that in real life. So I say, hey, thanks for your email and for reaching out to me to get more information. I'm saying the same thing. It's just in a way that makes me sound like a person, not like an autoresponder. Thank you for your inquiry. So make sure in your profile listings, you also sound like a human being. Find a way for them to connect. Finish all of your listings with a call to action. What do you want them to do? Flip through our photos, watch our video, read our reviews, and then message us for information about specific pricing packages and availability. Whatever it is you want them to do, make sure you tell them at the end of the listing. I hope you got some great information, and stay tuned every month for your new tips and information on how to grow your business.